All right, the question everybody wants to know, is it worth it? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gem Mint, and today we're going to take an early look at the Dawn of X Omnibus Volume 1, the Krakoa era, following the events of Hoxpox. Before we jump into this, though, we're giving away an Incredible Hulk 181. You guys might have seen my last video where I picked up an Incredible Hulk 181, the first full appearance of Wolverine from Collector's Emporium, and I took that book, I sent it to Courtyard. Courtyard has now scanned it and they placed it into their marketplace and into my digital collection. So there's already a couple of opportunities out there to get your name on the list. Here's another opportunity. What I need you to do is download Courtyard, use the link in the description or in the pinned comment. Once you download the app, I want you to come back to this video and comment your Courtyard name in the comments. That's all you got to do. You don't have to purchase anything. Anybody can enter worldwide. Now, if you do want to break a box, make sure to use my code GEMMINT15 because it'll save you 15%. That's $30 off the $200 box. But again, that is not required to enter the giveaway. I'm going to pick a winner live this Sunday during our Minty Fresh morning show. We go live at 11 a.m. Eastern. You don't have to be there to win. Whoever wins, we're going to just transfer the book from my possession to yours. Once it's in your digital collection, you could redeem it and have Courtyard ship you the physical book, or you can sell it back to them for 90% of the fair market value, or check any offers you get. You might get a higher offer from another collector because if you buy, sell, trade on their marketplace, there are no fees. So that's all you got to do. Download the app using my link and make sure to come back and comment on this video your Courtyard username. This is going to be on YouTube. I'm probably going to do this on Instagram and Facebook as well. I'm going to put your name on the list for every time you comment on a different video. All right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into this Dawn of X Omnibus, and let's figure out, is this Omnibus really worth the buy? All right, so this is scheduled to come out the same week as the X-Men Blue and Gold Omnibus. This is the Russell Dauterman direct market variant, which is the cover for the giant size Jean Grey Emma Frost. The standard cover, actually, we'll see what it looks like kind of like on the inside of this. Here is the spine. This is a thick omnibus, Dawn of X, Krakoa era. So you have the textbook kind of graphic design. If you want to learn about the X-Men, this is your book. Not really, but this was already kind of released in trade paperback format. I want to say it was the 6 trades because we have those images in the back. But I remember them coming out as trades. It's essentially giving you post-Hoxpox in the order that they were released. So you're going to get the 7 first issues of X-Men, the 8 first issues of X-Force, Marauders, Excalibur. You're going to get the 6-issue complete miniseries of Fallen Angels, the first 7 issues of New Mutants, first 3 issues of Wolverine, and that giant size Jean Grey and Emma Frost. Retails $150. The inside of the dust jacket, kind of giving us a breakdown of what each of these series will collect and what their stories are. And then just the creative team. So Hickman, Jerry Dugan, Benjamin Percy, Teenie Howard, Ed Brisson, Brian Edward Hill. And then the artists, you have Leinil Francis Yu, Joshua Cassera, Adam Kubert on the Wolverine stuff, Marcus Tu, Matteo Lawley, Rod Reyes, and Simon Krudansky. The design on the actual hardcover giving you more of that kind of textbook X-Men. So this is what directly followed up Hoxpox, the Jonathan Hickman, House of X, Powers of 10, and then the onslaught, pun intended, of mutant titles to come after it, taking place in the Krakoa era. So this is actually what the regular standard dust jacket looks like. It's this image, but with a big X on the front, which is also the cover for X-Men issue 1. Here's the credits, not really a table of contents, and it's not collected in this order. You're going to get X-Men 1 and then like Marauders 1. And it seems to me like this is how it was released weekly. I actually read every single one of these issues already because I was collecting this, reading it, doing weekly reviews as they were coming out. So here's the cover for X-Men 1. You get the Virgin standard cover before the issue, and then here it is. It tells you the name of the issue and the creators that were on it, and then boom, jumping into X-Men 1. So X-Men 1 is the main title. It's established Krakoa as its own nation and how they do trade with the rest of the world, how the rest of the world has accepted them, and well, really some have and some haven't. So the nations that don't recognize Krakoa as its own nation, that kind of stuff takes place in other titles like Marauders and X-Force and things of that nature. But the X-Men title is more about Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, the Quiet Council, what they're doing with their mutants, good and bad. It establishes a lot of the lore with the Krakoa portals, the flowers that can grow and transport them anywhere on Earth and even on the moon base where Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean reside. And then you have Marauders issue number 1. So that's the second title that was released for the Dawn of X. And it's Kitty Pryde, all grown up. She now goes by Kate Pryde. She takes on the responsibility of recruiting mutants in other areas back to Krakoa, maybe mutants that can't escape. A nod to the old original Marauders title. But here you have her, and she's got like a ragtag group of pirates kind of rolling with her, even Pyro. So a lot of the villains and heroes are working together. It really united the X-Men throughout the Krakoa era, at least in the beginning. So here you have Emma Frost talking with Kate Pryde. Iceman joins her. Pyro joins her. He goes crazy and tattoos a big skull on his face. Like, he's all about the whole Marauder mission. So let's see. Does he do that in the first issue? It might not be until later on. But yeah, here you can see a lot of swashbuckling. So the Marauders will bring you home. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. The Marauders are recruiting other mutants that have not been brought to Krakoa. So you got the Sinister, Mr. Sinister kind of secrets thing. They did a lot of extras within these books. Then you get Excalibur. So what was dope about Excalibur is that Psylocke was split into 2 characters once again, Betsy Braddock and Quanon. Betsy leads the Excalibur team. They're in Otherworld with Rogue and Gambit. And this was the title that kind of felt the most disconnected for me. It did have the Apocalypse stuff, but yeah, it was very Excalibur. It was kind of true to the original Excalibur stuff, Captain Britain, not really taking place on Krakoa. So you had that going on. Then you had the New Mutants. The New Mutants title was kind of dope too. New Mutants take the mutants to outer space. They're trying to track down one of their original members, Cannonball. The art was actually really good in the New Mutants title. I remember really enjoying this one. Doug with Danger, and that'll play a role later. I think he ends up being like the translator for Krakoa later on in the series. But yeah, more Starjammer stuff. You got Magic. A lot of great characters on that team. So after that, so I want to say those 3 issues released on the same week, and then whatever the following release week was, X-Men issue 2. So then again, you get the cover, Virgin cover leading into the issue. All right, so that's that, and we eventually get other titles. So they didn't all come out at once. You had X-Men, New Mutants, Excalibur, Marauders, and then eventually we'll get the Fallen Angels, Wolverine, and those other titles, X-Force. So X-Force was like the CIA team of the mutants. They were kind of like black ops and intelligence. And like I said, you know, a lot of the nations accepted and respected Krakoa as its own sovereign nation, but some didn't. So that's where X-Force comes into play. And then here's Fallen Angels. So Quanon, the ninja version of Psylocke, Betsy Braddock was kind of in the mind. And then you have this whole story. You know, I remember when this came out, people not really digging the Fallen Angels miniseries. I really liked it, man. It's a Psylocke-centered thing with her daughter, the original Cyclops, the ninja version. So I thought it was super cool. But again, I remember like as it was coming out, doing reviews, people not really digging it. But I think it's cool how you get the whole miniseries in this omnibus. So it's not just like this ongoing thing that you got to pick it up later. You get the whole thing. All right, then we're in Marauders 2, Hellfire Club, Sebastian Shaw, Emma Frost. And I think the only other thing that we're missing out of here is when the Wolverine title starts. Yeah, so here's X-Force 3, New Mutants 2. So like I said, you're getting it released in like the chronological order as the comics were being released. And I'm sure story-wise it fits together as well. So Fallen Angels 2. Then here's 3. Yeah, so you're getting it kind of release date and story-wise at the same time because you're getting these issues back-to-back. Marauders 3. So you get the idea, right? So let's keep on moving and see when we'll get, I guess, Wolverine issue 1. Yeah, the New Mutant stuff was cool. You had, people attacking mutants. The Marauders are trying to bring them to Krakoa, and then there's this whole thing with like this bird mutant. I think he was established in the new X-Men run, if I'm not mistaken, the Grant Morrison stuff. This guy, that ends up being a big deal in this series with this guy, and he has his whole family. So here's Excalibur 4. All right, then we get Wolverine issue 1. I believe it was an oversized issue. I liked where this started out. I liked Benjamin Percy, but I kind of feel like the Wolverine run in itself got sidetracked by like 10 of Swords and 10 Deaths, 10 Lives of Wolverine. Because he had like this vampire story going on, and I don't know, it just kind of felt like it got derailed a few times. All right, and then here we go. On to Marauders 5, 8, and I think that should be it. Oh, then you get the giant size. This was just a one-shot. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there's any dialogue. I think it's a silent issue with the 2 telepaths. So just the artwork. Or was it maybe just at the end here? Oh, no, this was the bonus stories. Okay, so you get from Marvel Comics 1000. I don't think it said that on the back of the dust jacket. No, I don't think it did. So you do get some bonus stories from Marvel Comics 1000, and then you get a variant cover gallery with bonus material. I had this, man, the Art Germ X-Men 1, love that cover. White Magneto, Russell Dauterman, Whilce Portacio, the Alex Ross Marvel's 25th anniversary. Some more Art Germ. I remember wanting to collect all the Art Germs, but then I felt like his New Mutants one wasn't as lifelike and as realistic as the X-Men one. Was not a fan of these design variants. I thought that was kind of a waste. Hold Fast. Nice Philip Tan, Emma Frost. I had a ton of these variants too, man, at the time. This is a cool one. Ji Hyung Lee with the Shadow Cat, Kitty Pryde, or Kate Pryde. Hidden Gem variant. So the Hidden Gem stuff was cool because it was like old artwork. Alan Davis, Paul Neary, and Edward Delgado. They did a Wolverine Jim Lee, which we'll see coming up shortly, which was probably one of the best variants out of this whole run. Adi Granov, love his stuff. Painter extraordinaire. Here goes Rob Liefeld, Hidden Gem, Cable. That's pretty cool, actually. Love the Gabriel Del Otto Wolverine. I had this one, too. The Peach Momoko. This one is great, too, man. There's Wolverine in the foreground with the big sentinel kind of blurred out. Another Ji Young Lee. This is Alex Ross. Wow, I didn't even realize that. The green, Alex Ross. Here's the hidden variant. Jim Lee, Wolverine 1, Scotty Young. The David Finch Wolverine is cool with the rain. I can't stand the rain. Greg Hildebrandt. Here's the, it's Mark Bagley, not Mark Brooks. Bagley did the Every Mutant Ever connecting covers. I think I had all those too, or at least most of them. So this is still with the variants, and then as some more bonus material, you're getting the pages 5 through 8, the inked pages. Here's the sketched pages for Excalibur 2, character designs. And there we go. All right, guys, so that is the Dawn of X Omnibus. Now, the million-dollar question, is it worth it? Should you pick this up? I think if you're buying the Omnibus, it's because you already love this story. You're either an Omnibus collector, a completionist, or you just love the Krakoa era and you have to have it in as few books as possible. But it's not a run that I would recommend. I think if you want to see if you like this or not, maybe try out the trade paperbacks. You could probably pick them up for much cheaper than it would be to get the hardcover. Shoot, the single issues might be cheap in back issues. So I wouldn't recommend a blind read on this book, my honest opinion. But if you want to check it out, try one of those cheaper formats. If you love it, by all means, get that Omnibus. It looks like they're going to continue with the volumes to get the whole Krakoa era collected in Omnibus format. Let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Let other collectors know and other readers know what you thought about it in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Stay minty fresh, and good luck on the Hulk 181 giveaway.